What is up, wrestling fans? I am Jason Burgos for Ringside Intel, and I'm here to bring you predictions for this weekend's Clash at the Castle event, which will be going down in Glasgow, Scotland. It's a small card, it has about 5 or so bouts, and we'll jump right into it. It might open the card, I'm not even sure, but one of the key bouts in the card is Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill will be defending their WWE Women's Tag Team titles against the duo of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn and Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. It is a triple threat match. Now, the one thing you have to factor in here, this would seem like a match where the champions probably should defend and hold onto the titles, but there are two tag teams and then two other wrestlers that are from Scotland performing this card. Isla Dawn and Alba Fire are both Scotland natives. Then you got Piper Niven later in the event, and you got Drew McIntyre. We'll get to that shortly, but they all can't lose. Somebody's got to win in terms of the hometown favorites. So I'm picking it for Alba Fire and Isla Dawn to get the win. They're not going to pin the champions. That's the unique element of it being a triple threat. The champions won't get pinned, so they'll have that angle of, oh, we never got pinned, and they'll continue to start on. But they've have had several stop and starts kind of pushes with these two from NXT, the former NXT champions. I think this is the moment where they really push them kind of hard and see if they can swim or not on the main roster. So I think they're going to get the victory in this one. But to be sure, if the champions retain, I wouldn't be shocked. Moving on from there, we got a very interesting match. One of the best storylines on Raw these days is the storyline with Sami Zayn, the Intercontinental Champion, versus Chad Gable. Chad Gable will be looking to challenge for the Intercontinental title at Clash of the Castle. This one, again, I think the bad guys win. I think Chad Gable has to get the victory here. If he doesn't, it would still work, and you can continue on or go in another direction. But they put so much emphasis in the storyline with him and the Alpha Academy team. He supposedly likely re-signed a new contract, and he's, I would think as part of it, they're probably going to really give him a push that he's deserved for a long time. And it's just that Sami Zayn was never meant to be a long-term champion. He's not going to be challenging Gunther's record for the longest reign. He's more of a transitional guy that got to have the moment of beating Gunther to be the guy that does that. And I think Chad Gable wins here, but the assumption would be the Alpha Academy helps him with that storyline. I don't think it'll be the Alpha Academy, and it'll be the long rumors of the Creed brothers possibly finally aligning with him. The idea, I couldn't trust you guys. Otis, I knew you weren't going to be reliable, so I got these nasty high-low wrestlers just like me to come and back me up and get me the victory I needed. So that's what happened. Look, I think it's going to Chad Gable's finally going to get his first Intercontinental title, his first WWE singles title. Moving on from there, another match with another Scotland favorite, and that is Bayley defending her women's tag team, women's championship against Piper Niven. And if you watch SmackDown recently, Piper Niven did a great job of showing how talented she is. We all knew that she was a pretty good wrestler, especially for her size. She's got a unique look and everything like that, but she really showed what kind of skill she has in the mic. That said, she's not ending Bayley's reign here. Bayley is still going to retain her title here. Bayley's reign is not going to end this early. But I think what Piper Niven did last week or recent when this is recorded, and then what she's going to do at Clash of Castle, you'll probably see the big fan reaction she'll probably get from the hometown fans. And it'll kind of be early testing for maybe an eventual title run for her and a bigger push for her eventually, because she's deserved. She's very talented, and she's shown that she's versatile and can do multiple things. So look for her to really catapult her onto bigger things in the future despite defeat. Moving on from there, this is probably the most predictable match on the card, and that is Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles in a rare I Quit match. While it's probably going to be possibly the show stealer, it could probably be the best match of the night. It'll probably be very interesting. The OC will probably get involved, but Cody Rhodes is not losing his title in a couple months. As much as I love AJ Styles and I desperately want to see him become champion, they're not going to have Cody Rhodes' title reign end the show. That said, Cody's not going to have a multi-year title reign. Maybe he holds it on to WrestleMania next year, but it's not going to end a couple months, as great as AJ Styles is. And it makes you almost wish AJ Styles was on Raw, because if he was on Raw with what he's been doing and going back to that classic AJ Styles heel pairing with the club, he could maybe be the champion over there, but he's not going to win the title here, unfortunately. That said, that'll probably be a great match, probably be one of the highlights of the night, if not the match of the night, the I Quit between Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles. And moving on to the main event. Now, this is where things were getting interesting, because in the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship, Damian Priest will be defending against Drew McIntyre. This seems perfectly built for Drew McIntyre to win. Now, he lived out his dream. He always wanted to win at WrestleMania, win the title, and it got and in front of the fans. He didn't get that in 2020, but he got it this year when he beat Seth Rollins clean. And then this is another redemption story. He was the main event last year at Clash of the Castle against Roman Reigns. He came up short in front of his hometown fans. Now, this is the second chance. This seems perfectly set up for him to get his redemption from the year before. You losing at Clash of the Castle in the main event 2 years in a row would be a bit of a setback for him. So it seems set up, but I don't think that's going to happen here. Because in so many levels, what do you do? Like, Damian Priest has had one notable title defense, and it wasn't even that interesting since he's been champion. Are you going to take that title defense away? Yeah, I mean, that's how you're going to take his title. You're going to end his title right now, so early, just a few months into it. What's to gain for Drew McIntyre? He's just won the title. Yeah, it makes sense for him to win, but he's been champion multiple times. He is one of the very top stars. He just got a new contract. He's probably getting paid like one of the top stars, and yeah, it's perfect setup. Damian Priest, Finn Balor lost his match against Drew McIntyre, so there can't be any interferences. But even then, you have to also factor in Gunther is getting the title shot at SummerSlam. So what are you going to do? Gunther versus Drew McIntyre again? We kind of saw that at WrestleMania a few years back, and even before that, in a singles match, them two fighting for Intercontinental title. We're going to get Gunther, Drew McIntyre again. We're going to get a SummerSlam with two bad guys going at it in a main match. I don't think that's going to happen because I think this is where they further the CM Punk storyline with Drew McIntyre. CM Punk seems very close to making his return, and it seems will be perfect for him to make his return in August at SummerSlam. We still got a couple months back. He seems to be going very far in his progression from his recovery. And if McIntyre versus SummerSlam McIntyre versus Punk is at SummerSlam, that's one of the key marquee matches at that event. And that's going to be a huge match, one of the premier feuds of the summer. I think this is where it gets pushed. I mean, because he already cost Drew McIntyre the title at WrestleMania when he beat him up, attacked him after Drew McIntyre was talking a bunch of junk and Damian Priest cashed in on him. What better way to further this when he looks like the favorite to win this match, and CM Punk surprises everybody and screws him again, which makes me think when they do finally fight Drew McIntyre, at least he's going to get the W in the first matchup. But that'll probably go into multiple matches. But also, you can't end Damian Priest's reign here. If you want to end it at SummerSlam versus Gunther, that makes a lot of sense. They've been pushing Gunther, and Gunther becomes champion. He goes on to the Berlin event, PLE, like a few weeks later. So, yeah, Damian Priest's title run is ending here. Drew McIntyre is going to get screwed by CM Punk. And that is all of our predictions for Clash of the Castle 2024.